So in Python, we have a conditional statements. Conditional statements like when we want to take any decisions, like some decisions, like suppose we have a date and we want to make a condition like these date are weekdays or weekends, then we are giving some conditions there. So as per the condition, they were giving us the output. So these statements are called conditional statements. So they check the condition and they run the code accordingly if the condition is true. Okay, this is the meaning of conditional statement. So in Python, we have four type of conditional statement. It means you have a if keyword. This is the keyword, if keyword. So whenever you are using if keyword, it runs the code only if the condition is true. And there is another f and else is there. F and else is like it will first check the if condition. If it is true, then it will print the statement written inside the if block. If it is not true, it will print the statement written inside the else block. There is another third statement, if, elif, and else. There, remember there is elif. Elif means it is the combination of if and else. Okay. So it is elif. Here you can like write multiple conditions. We have a nested if. Nested if means when we have a if statement written inside another if statement. It is known as nested if. So these are four conditional statement we have. Suppose I want to check the age of any person, like his age is greater than 18 or not. Okay. So I'm creating a variable age equal to 18 and I'm writing here if is the keyword and here I'm giving age and then I'm giving a condition greater than 18. Okay, greater than or equal to 18 colon. So remember this is our condition. This is our condition. After that you need to write here colon and if you press enter automatically there is an indentation of 4 spaces. Okay, so indentation is important in Python. We are not creating any bracket or curly braces for like inner statement. We are giving indentation. So here I am giving print statement. I am printing like he is adult. Okay, so now if I run this code, what you will see, he is adult. So why you are getting, because age has value 18 and here if condition is written greater than or equal to. So age is equal to 18, so this condition is true. So if this condition is true, then only I will go come inside this block, if block, and I am printing this, he is adult. Suppose I am giving here 17, then you will not get any output because this condition is false and then you will not come inside this if block. So you will not get anything. Okay. But suppose I am giving a 20, which is satisfying this condition. Again, you will get he is adult. So this is for conditional statement. This is the simple if statement. But suppose I want to print something if the condition is not true. I want to print if the condition is false. So in that case, you need to use else condition, if else condition. Okay. So I'm using the same thing. I'm using the same thing, but this time, if the condition is not true, then I need to use else and then colon. Remember, in else, you do not need to write any of the conditions. You need to just write else and colon, and inside it, you need to print your message. So he is not added. Okay. So suppose I'm giving the age 14, which is like this condition is false. So if this condition is false, then only you will come to this else part. Otherwise, you will not move to this else part. Okay. So if I run this, you will see he is not added. But suppose if you have multiple conditions, then you need to use if, elif, and else condition. So here I'm writing the thing and if and else statement. So suppose I'm giving the same thing like a student have a mark 75. I'm creating a variable and storing 75 a value, and I'm writing four condition like suppose if his percentage is greater than 90, if his mark is greater than 90, then I need to put grade A. Okay. If it is like greater than 75 and less than 90, then I want grade B. And suppose if it is greater than 60 and or we can say 50 and less than 75, then I want grade C. And is else I want to print fail. Okay. So this is the thing we are going to do by using the conditional statement. So if you see here, we have three conditions: one for greater than 90, one for checking 75 and 90, like we are checking whether it is between 75 or 19 or not, and the third condition is 50 and 75. So we have three conditions. So in that case, you have to use this if elif else statement. So for that, I'm writing the code mark is equal to 75, and here I'm giving if marks is greater than or equal to 90, we need to I'm giving here colon. So I'm printing grade A, and elif mark marks is greater than equal to 75. So we don't need to like write this. You want, you can write like this also. Great, like mark is greater than equal to 75 and marks is less than 90. This is also fine. Okay. But here I'm not using this one because uh, this first you will check the if condition. If it is false, then only you will move to this elif part. Okay, so it is automatically satisfy that it is between 90 and 75, 75 and 90. So I am not giving the second the expression. I'm just giving mark is greater than equal to 75, and I'm printing here grade B. Similarly, let me copy the same thing, and now I'm giving it greater than equal to 50. And if these three conditions are not true, then you need to print the else part. And inside the else part, I'm printing here fail. Okay. So now if I run this code, you will get grade B because it is 75, which is lie in this case. Okay. Suppose I'm giving 55. So first it will check this condition. It is false, then it will come to this condition. It is also false, then it will come to this condition. So it is true. Now it is printing this one. Okay. And then rest of the thing, it will not print anything. So if I'm giving, okay, I have to give here C. So it is giving grade C. Okay. Suppose I'm giving something which is less than 50. I'm giving here 40. So which is less than. So it will so fail. Okay. So it will check this condition first, then it will check this condition, then it will check this condition. If all these conditions are false, then only it will go to this else portion. Now we are going for our last statement, nested if we can say. So here I'm writing the thing nested if statement. Okay. So suppose uh, I want to create a program which is checking whether a person is able to give the vote or not. Okay. So in case of vote, we have two things. One factor is age, and another factor like we are where we are in which country we are checking this thing like the nationalities. Okay. So we are checking in India. So here nationality will be Indian, and in India we have a age limitation for 18 or more than 18. Okay, so these two condition we need to check for writing this program. So we will check whether he is Indian, and if he is Indian, then check his age is greater than 18 or not. Then only he is able to vote someone in India. So I'm writing here if condition, if nationality is equal to Indian, okay, then colon nationality double equal to, okay, we need to compare it. So double equal to Indian. Then here inside it, again I'm giving the if condition. So remember I'm writing this if condition in between. That's why I am using here indentation. Okay. So I'm giving here age is greater than 18. Then I need to print he is able to vote. Okay. And then otherwise I'm printing. I want to print he is not able to vote. Okay. So if I run this program, you will see, okay, give me, I'm giving here age is greater than or equal to 18. So now you are getting he is able to vote. So first he will check the nationalities. If it is Indian, then he will, then we will come inside this and it is checking age is greater than 18 or not. So this condition is true. That's why we are printing this thing. But suppose I'm giving here 70. So it is printing he is not able to vote. Because this condition is false, then we are coming inside this else part. So we are getting this out. Okay.
Yeah.
Now today we will cover the next topic, which is important in Python. Like sometime when we want to repeat a code again and again. Like suppose I want to print a number from 1 to 1000. So you have to one way is that you have to write the print statement from 1000 times. So it is not like a efficient way. For that
Mm.
we are using loops. Loops means the code which are repeating again and again. So for that we have four things. Like we have a for loop, we have a while loop, and we have a nested loop. Okay, nested loop means a loop inside another loop. Okay, and for loop means like suppose when we know the numbers of times we want to repeat. Okay, suppose sometime we know how many time we have to repeat the loop, then we are using for keyword. Basically, we called it for loop. But sometime we don't know how many time the loop I need to run, like how many time I need to repeat the code. In that case, we have only one thing, like we know the termination condition. Like we know when this loop need to be stopped. So in that case, we have to use while condition. We called it while loop. Okay, when we know
Okay.
only the termination condition. Termination condition. Then we use while loop. And nested loop means when we have a loop inside another loop, a loop inside another loop. Then we called it nested loop. Now we have a loop control statement, break statement, there is continue statement, and there is pass statement. These three statements are known as loop control statement. Okay, we will see this with example. Okay, so there are four things we need to learn while working on these loops in Python. Okay,
Okay.
now we are going to see some examples. So first we will see the example of for loop. So I'm writing here for loop. Let me create some sets. So in for loop, suppose I want to make a program which is having a number from 0 to 4, and I want to print everything with a print statement. So I'm writing that program. So the basic syntax of for loop: first you need to write for keyword, then you need to give the variable. So I'm giving I as a variable. You can give any variable, and then in is a keyword which is important. We are like running this for loop in a range. We are using a range function which is running from 0 to 4, and after that we need to give colon, and then I'm printing here I only. Okay, so if I run this program, you will see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the first example where we are using for loop. Suppose we have a list. Suppose we have a list. Let me write a list, fruits, and I'm giving some element inside it. Apple, banana, cherry, coconut. So this is a list. So for loop is not only for numbers, it is for string, it is for tuple, it is for a list also, it is for dictionary also. So if I want to iterate means first I want to print the apple, second I want to print the banana, then cherry, then coconut, then we need to use the for loop. So here I'm giving for, and I'm giving the name, like I'm giving the variable fruit in this list. So I'm giving the variable of the list. So here we have a list variable is fruits. So I'm giving here colon. After that I am printing this this particular element fruit. And you can also write some messages like, and after comma I'm giving the variable, this variable fruit. I am running this code. So you can see the name of fruit. First it will be apple, second it is banana, third it is cherry, and fourth it is coconut. So this is how we can use like for loop. So in both of the example, you can see we have a numbers like how many times we need to run the loop. Here we know the loop will run 4 times. Here we know that the loop will run 5 times. So if we know the number of times we want to repeat the code, then we have to use for loop. Okay, this is the use of for loop.
Okay.
Okay, now if I see the example of while loop, like we want to print the number. I don't know what is the number. I know print the number when the count is less than 5. And I don't know it because it is from the user only. I'm giving the input, and it need to check if the value is less than 5 or not. If it is 5, less than 5, then only you need to print, you need to run the loop. Otherwise, you don't want to run the loop. So in that case, we don't know how many times I need to repeat the loop. So I'm writing the code. I'm giving here num, and I'm taking the input from the user, and I'm converting it into integer. So this is the input function where I'm taking the input and I'm converting it into the number. Now I'm giving the while loop, and I'm checking num is less than equal to 5. This is my condition, and this is the keyword. After that, I have to give the colon. Then I want to print the message, like I want to print the message. Num is num. Okay. And one more thing, one more thing I need to do. Let me give here. Yes. Okay. One more thing I need to give here. I want to increase this num, I want to, if suppose if the number is less than 5, I want to increase the number by 1. So I'm giving a num plus equal to 1. Okay. So if I run this program, you can see, suppose I'm giving a number which is less than 5. I'm giving 1. So if I run this, you will see num is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It runs 4 times. Suppose I'm giving, again I'm running this and I'm giving 10 times, 10 number.
Mm.
So it is greater than. So we are not moving inside this print statement because 10 is greater than 5. Again, if I'm giving here number minus 10, which is less than minus 5, it will print the loop from minus 10 to minus 5. So this is the use case of while loop. Okay. Because here we don't know how many times we need to run the loop. In that case, because it is user defined program and we don't know how many times the loop we need to run. So here we can use the while loop for I in range 1 to 100 colon, and again I am writing a for loop I in range 30 to 51, and here also 101. Now I am printing the value of I. Or one thing I can do, if I want to give different variable, I can give here different variable j. So I can print I and j both. I and j both. So I means like in from the range of 1 to 100, and j means from the range of 30 to 50.
Okay.
So so this loop will run like the first loop will run and then again it will run the inner loop. If I run this program, you will see like this. Let me give some smaller number. Let me give 1 to 6 and 3 to 5. Yeah. So you can see this time your loop is running for 1. Like for 1, when 1 is there for the value of I, we moved inside this inner loop. So here we have a value of j is 3. When the value of j is 3, you are getting 1 and 3. Okay. Again, you are increasing the value of j, it becomes 4. So you are getting I is 1, but j is 4. So you are getting 1 and 4. Again, the value of j is increases to 1, so it becomes 5. But the condition is false, so you moved outside. Now this time the value of I will be increases one more time, so it becomes 2. Okay. And the range of value is again 3 and again 4. And then again the value of I will be 3 and the value of j will be 3. Similarly, the value of I is 3 and the value of j is 4. So if you like, if you want to calculate how many time your loop is running, suppose this inner loop is running n times, okay, and this outer loop running m times. So your total run will be m multiplied by n times. So if you count this all this thing, you will get 10 times because this is running for 2 times when the value of j is 3 and when the value of j is 4. So 2 times it
Mm.
will run, and this will run from 1 to 5 only. Okay. So
Mm.
this is 1 to 5. It means 5 time it will run, and it will run for 3 and for 4. Okay. So if you
Mm.
multiply these two things, 2 multiplied by 5, you will get 10 times. So your
Yeah.
loop will be run 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So this is how the nested loop is working. And we can use while loop inside, or we can use for loop inside. We can do whatever we want. Only one thing is important. Whenever you are defining any inner loop, you need to give the indentation. Okay.
Mm.
This is
Mm.
very important. If you are not giving the indentation, this loop will considered as a separate loop. Okay. This is not inside it. This is
Okay.
very important in Python. Indentation is very important. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now we are going to see loop control statement. So loop control statement, first we will see break statement. Okay. So suppose I want to stop the loop. Then we need to use a break keyword. Okay. And this is working for only loop control state. Or we can say we are using only in for loop or while loop. Okay. This is working in
Mm-hmm.
only for loop or while loop. Suppose I want to create, I want to print a number from 0 to 9. So for I in range 10, okay. And I want to make a condition there. If the value is 5, then I want to stop the loop. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to print any other number. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So in that case, I need to write a if condition inside the for loop. And here I have to give the condition. If I is double equal to 5, I'm comparing. In that case, I'm giving here break statement inside the if condition, if
Mm-hmm.
loop we can if statement. And outside the loop, suppose if the condition is not true, so we are outside the this particular if statement. In that
Mm-hmm.
case, I'm printing the value of I, printing the value of I. So see here, this print statement is inside this for loop. This if
Mm-hmm.
statement is also inside the for loop. But this break statement is inside this if statement. Okay. You can see here indentation. So this
Okay.
indentation means you are inside this if statement. Okay. So
Okay.
if I run this program, you will see the loop is running for 0 to 4 only. When it get the value of I is equal to 5, the break condition will trigger and we are moved outside the for loop. So this
Okay.
print statement will not give anything. Okay. So this is the
Okay.
use of break statement, we can say break keyword, we can say this is a
Mm-hmm.
keyword. Okay, this is a keyword. Now suppose I want to make I want to use another scenario where I want to like skip the 5 value, but rest of the value I want to print. I don't want the I should be equal to 5, but I want to print other thing like other rest of this 5. So in that case, I'm giving here continue. Okay, continue means skip the loop, skip the skip the current iteration. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if I give here continue, so what will happen? It will skip the value of 5, but rest everything will be in the output. You can see here 0, 1, 2, 3, 5 is not there, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is the use of
Okay.
continue. It skip the current iteration. We have the last, we can say control loop control statement. This is known as pass. Pass. Pass means we can say nothing. Nothing. Uh, we use it. We use it to avoid error. Okay. So this suppose we want to create a for loop, but I don't want to print anything or display anything inside the for loop. But or we can say we are creating a for loop, but we will update it after some time. Okay, like we are making a skeleton of our program and we don't know the logic what we need to put inside the for loop. In that case, we are using pass keyword. Okay, suppose for I in range 5, and then here I'm writing here pass keyword. Okay, so after some time, if I get the logic, then I will update here instead of pass. So if I run this program, it will not throw any error. It will not throw any error. But suppose if I am not writing here pass keyword, and if I'm running this, it will throw error. Okay. To avoid the error, then we are using pass keyword in case of loop. Now, yesterday we have created a program like to check the prime number if a user given any input. Okay. So I have like here I have like explain the logic of prime number. Prime number means the numbers which are divisible by 1 and divisible by self.
Hmm.
Okay. And we are not taking 1 because 1 is only number which is divisible by 1 only because self is also 1. So we in prime number we are not considering 1. We are starting from 2. 2 is divisible by 1 and 2 only. 3 is divisible by 1 and 3 only. 4 will not be a prime number because it is divisible by 1, 2 and 4. So this is extra number na? So this is not the case of prime number. So this is not prime number. 5 is our prime number because it is divisible by 1 and 5. Okay. 6
Yeah,
is not
absolutely.
divisible number because it is divisible by 1, 2, 3 and even 6. So this is not prime number.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the basic, like we can say the basic mathematical logic. Now we have to write this in a programming language. So if you understand the mathematical logic, then only you can write your code. Okay. We cannot directly write the code when we don't know the logic. There is an issue with the syntax. You need to think how you can convert it into Python language. Then there you need to remember the syntax. Okay. But first most priority is your logic, your mathematical logic. Now what I have like given you the coding logic. Suppose we have a number 10, then we will create a loop like for loop. The loop will start from 2 and end at 9. Okay. 2 to 9. Why I'm saying to 2 to 9? Because we are excluding this 1 and self number. Okay. We are excluding 1 and self number. And then we are giving a condition num modulus I. Num modulus I means the remainder of num, the remainder when we are dividing num with I. Okay. And we are
Okay.
checking whether it is 0 or not. If it is 0, we are increasing the counter value by 1. And at the end of the program, if the counter value is 0, then we call prime number. Otherwise, we are saying not a prime number. Okay. Why we are taking counter 0? Because we can see in this loop 2 to 9. Suppose the value of I will be from 2 to 9. So we are excluding this 1 and we are excluding the self number if the num is 10. So we will not if we don't have any value which divide this 10 completely, we called it like prime number. Let me take the number is 7. Okay, I'm taking the number 7 because we know 7 is a prime number. So
Yeah.
our loop will start 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7 we will not here we don't take 7. Okay. So if you divide 7 by 2, which is not divisible by, like this condition will be false. 7 modulus 2, this condition will be false. Is it clear?
Yes.
Because you will get remainder 1, which is not equal to 0. This condition is false. Okay. So in
Hmm.
that case, the counter value will be 0 only. We have in the beginning of program, we have assigned counter is equal to 0. Okay.
Okay.
Again we did divide this 7 by 3. So again 7 divisible by 3, 7 divisible by 3 double equal to 0. 7 divisible by 3 will give remainder 1. This condition is false. So again the counter value will be 0. Okay.
Correct.
Similarly, in case of 4, 7 modulus 4 double equal to 0. If you divide this, the remainder will be 3. Okay. Which is not true. This condition is not true. So the
Hmm.
counter value will be 0 only. Similarly happening for this 5, 7 modulus 5. So you will get remainder 2. which is not equal to 0. So this condition is false, then counter will be 0. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when we have 6, 7 modulus 6 double equal to
Then
0. So you will get 1, which is not equal to 0. So counter value will be 0. So at the end, when all this loop is completed, the last value of counter will be 0. Then only you have a prime number. Okay. Okay. Suppose I'm taking different example where the counter value is increasing. Okay. Suppose I'm taking the example 4. It is a smaller number and we have to run 4 times this loop only.
Okay.
So we have a value of I 2, 3. Only 2 and 3. 2 times this loop will run. 2 and
Okay.
3. Okay. So in the first run, like 4 modulo 2 double equal to 0. So if you see here, if you divide this 4 is divisible by 2 and you will get the remainder 0. This condition will be true. Okay. So if this condition is true, inside this loop you have written this count plus equal to 1. So it increases the value of C to 1. So it becomes 1. Initially it was 0, but now it is 1. Okay. Now
I
in
changed
this,
the habit of writing 1 to 2.
it looks like, okay.
I exactly 2. There's no doubt. It is 2 only.
Okay.
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 Only
Okay.
straight line will be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 only. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. C is equal to 0. Now you can see here, now the value of counter will be 1 for this particular run when I is equal to 2. Okay. When I is equal to 3, then 4 modulo 3 double equal to 0. You will divide this 4 divided by 3, then you will get remainder 1. Again, I'm writing this 1. Okay. So if you see here, 1 is not equal to 0. So this condition is false. Again, you have a counter value 1, the same one. If it is increased to 1, then it will be 1. 1 only. Okay. It will be 1 only. So at the end, this counter is not equal to 0. So it means it is a prime number.
Yeah.
Now we can see this program also. So if we see the program, we have created a variable count is equal to 0. We have created a for loop, which is for I in range 2 comma num. And inside it, I have given an indentation. Indentation is very important. And here I'm giving the condition num modulo I double equal to 1. Okay. And then inside it, I'm increasing the counter value by 1. Okay. And if this loop completed, then I have again written this a conditional statement. If count is equal to 0, then I have to print this message. And this is f string. Okay. F string means you have to use f and then double quote. Inside that you have a curly braces. This curly braces is for the variable value. We can say whatever the values inside this num variable. Okay. And we have else part. When this condition is not true, we will check this condition. We will print the else statement. This statement. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Clear.
I have used here user defined. Like I have created a user defined program. That's why I have used input function. Okay. User
Okay.
defined means we can give our own input. Okay. So this is this is the example of prime number. Now we have seen one more example, factorial. Okay. Factorial, the mathematical logic is the meaning of factorial. In mathematics, you will see like this 7 exclamation. Okay. 7 and 3 exclamation. Exclamation means you need to find the factorial. So factorial means you need to multiply all the natural number. Natural number means 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to multiply 1 with 2, with 3, with 4, with 5, with 6 till 7. Similarly, if you are finding the factorial of 3, we need to multiply from 1 to 3. And this will be your output 6. Here you will get some output. This is very large, so I'm giving question mark only. Okay. So what you have to do here, you need to make a loop. You need to create a loop, for loop, which is running from I till num. Because here you can see we are considering 1 and we are considering 7 also. Okay.
Hmm.
But in the prime number case, we are not taking 1 and self number. Okay. So in that case, your loop will be look like this: 1 comma num plus 1. Okay. Now inside that loop, we have just assigned this f with f multiplied by I. And initially we have assigned f is equal to 1. Okay. Now let me show you the dry run. So suppose this loop is running first time, run 1. In case of run 1, the num value is 3 and f value will be 1. Okay. So I'm writing here num is equal to 3 and f is equal to 1. 1. Now what is happening? The value of I will be 1. I will be 1. Okay. And if you see here, the new value of f will be this value get changed. So the new value of f will be f multiplied by I. So 1 multiplied by 1. So it becomes 1. So your next, we can say the new value of f will be 1. Okay. In the second run, if you run this loop second time, the value of num will be same. And this time, this f value will come here. Okay. So f is equal to 1 and I will be 2. And your new f will be, we can say 1 multiplied by 2. So it will be 2. This is 1. Okay. So 1 multiplied by 2 because this time your value of I is 2 here. Is it clear as of now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now in the third run, if you see the third run, the num value will be 3, but this time your f value will be this 2. F will be 2. F value will be 2. Now your I is here 3 because third time we are running this loop. Now this time your f will be 2 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 6. This is new value of your f. Now again in fourth run, the value of num will be same and the f value will be 6. F value will be 6, but I value will be 4 here. Okay. But if you
Hmm.
check here, this range is for 1 to 4 and 4 is not included. So this loop will this for loop condition is false. For loop
Yeah.
condition is false. So you will not move out. Like we will not move further. Okay.
Okay.
So in the end, we have printed the value of f. So the last f value is 6 here. Na? In the last run, the value of f is 6. So this only you will get in the output 6.